mic line 3-4, not ADAT 3-4. There we go. I don't know why it's such a change on the fucking... Oh, it's the damn... When I work in Cakewalk, which is on the screen right now because I got to change things over, this version of Cakewalk, the pay version, plays... I should pull it up to show you. It plays all my tracks fine and with no problem, but I can't change and edit anything. The only time I can do this... Actually, let me see if I can do that at all. The only time I can do this and play smoothly. Is it going to go at all? No, it's just hanging up there. There we go.
Just falling down and out. Keep it together.
So the only way to play that way without like really going shit and just like, I mean, this is 96 kilohertz. I used to record at 96, and so it's playing back at 96. I broadcast at 48, and so it changes the drivers, and then I got to go back through and dial all the inputs back in because it recognizes like a different interface. When it changes from 48 to 96, the sample rate is different. I got to reset all the things. It's a pain, but I mean, I'm not paying for Cakewalk because I had it as Cakewalk Platinum, then BandLabs bought it and upgraded it, probably making it so that your backwards compatible shit wouldn't work with anything besides this. And then they made the new version more modern looking, which I really don't like. I like the older look. It looks more like a console. You know, this looks like a right here. This looks like a fucking, this is what we used to work with, you know, on a mixing board. It looks more like it anyways. In the 90s and shit. That's what a mixing board kind of looked like. I mean, and then that's why I like the effects to look and not just be able to produce the sound. I like the look because if you look at it, hang on, let me pull this up and show you. If you look at it, this isn't just like, they don't do this just because it looks cool. It takes up all this graphical look. I mean, the locking, that's how those knobs turned. That's how all this shit worked. Now, whether this is exactly or not, but no, the knobs did look almost exactly like that. You can almost see like a little bit of a shadow and stuff on these things, and that matters to me. Not, it doesn't have to be this clear, but if it can be this clear and run this well, then fuck, I'm going to use that every fucking time because only thing I don't have around here is a bunch of knobs. You know, like I would like to have a control interface so I could turn the knobs, and then as I turn the knobs, this turns also. You know, it's like a digital, so it can assign to anything. Virtual will always beat analog. Why? Analog doesn't have much grow room. Virtual can be anything. Now, they don't have it mastered yet. Think of how far it's come from the first time they started recording to now as everybody's got one at home. These were not very well done back in the day. They were done well, probably like 60%, and people are like, oh, I can hear the... Of course you can. Nowadays, you'll hear about 80, 90% of the same thing for way. This one compressor right here would cost maybe $100, $250 if even that cheap. This is like studio standard gear. And then you'd need one for this channel, one for this channel, one for this, or you'd have as much as you could, and then you'd have to run things through most, you know what I mean? Things were much more utility. You had to blend. Now I can slap one individual one on each single thing and control those. You had to run all your vocals through one that was designed to compress vocals properly, right? Now I can do background vocals compress, and with that comes all these new things like the side chaining, the more correct. And so the sound starts boosting more. You can actually dial in how much of that analog, because there's operational floor noise of analog gear. You can dial that in. That's why virtual will always win. Eventually, it will get to about 99 or 90, enough that people won't care compared to the price and how many you can stack. And because we're just talking about manipulating noise. And the more that people get further and further away from the original, they they don't hear the difference. And the speaker cabinets, like even the people that were playing, after a while, they're going to find out, why am I fighting this? The electric guitar, when it came out, I'm sure they were like, oh, this is a fad. Because all they had was acoustics before that. It's a fad. This has been around since, whatever. What happens when the power goes out? What happens when this? Oh, it just gets louder. There's not much else it can do. What the fuck? That's not a guitar. That is a guitar. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Are you playing with a fucking bow like a violin, you savage? Yeah, I am. Fuck you. There are no rules, man. That's with virtual. You can just do whatever. Once it went electric, you can start fucking fuzzing the tone. You can start modulating the wow, delay, reverb. That gave birth to all that, which gave birth to digital. And now I can slap, I don't have to have a physical anything, but I have an emulation about 80% of a foot pedal or whatever, or any kind of effects rack. And I have pretty much everything, especially with T-Racks. No, Complete Studio. IK Multimedia's Total Studio Max with that and T-Racks. T-Racks comes in that. I have pretty much everything. Everything that you would ever need for a professional studio to sound like in one of the bigger studios, like all the stuff you need, like the reverb to emulate the hall sound. I mean, if you record dry, that's what everything sounds like everywhere. Then you put it in a reverb that's emulating Sound City, Motown, Capital City Chambers, and suddenly that richness that you hear from those voices echoing in those chambers is yours. And you can adjust it, and you don't want to match everything that's already out there, but it gives that feel. Like if you listen to Capital Chambers from UAD, as they're doing the demo, it's got that haunting fucking feel of those old records, and I want that. Not on every song, but I want that for, like, you know, when I go to do that. When I go to do that, I can do that, because if you don't have that, you can't do that, guy. You can't do that. So, anyways, I'm explaining the screen and why everything's set up. It seems to mix fine without going live. If anyone wants to watch them, I'll do that. I cannot see the chat if anyone's talking. When I logged in, immediately I started doing the monitor thing, and they told me that the chat is unavailable. I don't know. It might even be going live right now. It's just kind of like whatever. Maybe it's just recording on my side. I have no idea anymore. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. I'm going to go ahead and talk about the Ketamine Journal, because that's what I'm actually here for. Monitor 2. I want that one right there. Yeah, because I got that one up there, and I got this one right there. And I'm getting confused as which is which, but I'm getting it down. Again, with the after each time in the ketamine, it's almost like having to reboot. Like a lot of stuff. Can you imagine, like, amnesia, if you will, where you still speak the language, you just don't recognize certain things, and those things don't come back? Okay, now if you imagine it's just like temporary, like, yeah, that's where I put that folder. I know what that is. Where is it? You know what I mean? There it is. That's it. You're catching up with yourself almost. It's like you've been gone. It's only an hour, but it's like you've been gone. If you imagine leaving your house for like a week and you come back and you're just like, keys go over there. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. Newspaper. Right. You just got out of the habit. That quick. It's fucked up. It seems like the induction phase, I'm doing on Monday and Wednesday. Personally, with my addiction, I would rather do Monday and Thursday, because that's like Monday, and then I have Tuesday, Wednesday to what I learned Monday, and then Thursday have Friday, Saturday, Sunday to what that is. They do it for a reason, I'm sure. They're doctors. So I'm going to follow their schedule the way that they say, and then when I'm done, I'll be like, me personally, it probably would have worked better, because I found myself like ready to get back in the chair on Wednesday, but then come like Thursday or Friday, I'm ready to get back in the fucking chair. You know what I mean? Because I won't say it's worn off, but it's like you learn so much. But and then you're like, fuck, I've got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday until Monday, you know? And then I sit in the chair, and then you learn so much. I learned so much shit, and I so much relief in whatever is just taken off so fast, so quick. It's over in an hour. I wish I could do another hour. That'd be really cool. It'd be really cool. Because like I said, my mind, I would leave that place, if my coordination were together, I would leave that place in that mindset and just stay there. That's where my brain functions the best. Oh, I get it, because two heads are better than one. My two sides are talking to each other, and they're, you know what I mean? Like I said, it's almost like there's another person. It's almost like who you are is stored on part of your brain, And then those reactions are controlled on the other part of the brain. From my experience, I'm not a neuroscientist. I don't know anything. I don't know anything at all. But that's what it feels like. And it's dissociation. And so I imagine these two work in sync. And they probably know it, but they like to, like, you know what I mean? Like, basically what happens is you dissociate. And so, like, oh, people don't know what that means. They probably wouldn't understand. I because of my health problems and my doctor's not helping me, I went in to go get checked on something. I'm listening off my BP. I'm, you know, oxygen levels. How often they're having, like, are you studying medicine? I'm like, no, but I can't get any help from here, so I'm having to do it myself. I brought my son in. He had scarlet fever, and then the doctor's like, let's slow down. You know, I mean, people, you saw this on the internet. I'm like, yeah. They're like, you know, scarlet fever is very rare, and it's just not. I mean, let's check and see what it is. What makes you think it's scarlet fever? And I raised his shirt. He's like, that's scarlet fever. I'm like, yeah, scarlet fever. I didn't just look up the first one. What else could it be? As soon as I saw scarlet fever, we were at the hospital. So, oh. Is this working still? Yeah, it is. I can't get my finger. Gotta get back in the habit of finger drumming. I haven't warmed up anything today, so actually I just woke up about it like maybe an hour ago. So, yeah. I used to hate the wake and bake. I really did. I like to get up and get my coffee in me, get awake. I did not like to wake up and immediately, but I was still at that time, like when my brother moved to Michigan, I had been smoking for about like 3 years, and so it was still in that early phase. By now it's old hat, and like, yeah, I understand the wake and bake now. I prefer the wake already baked, you know, so if you go to sleep just so fucking high or on edibles, they tend to carry over to the morning. You wake up and you're like, already? Oh yeah, that's the way to wake up. Well, almost the way to wake up. This thing was interesting. Like I said, it trains you. I didn't understand why it trains you, because it does actually. Okay, so can you see the green? All right, so this is the Spravato tester, and there's nothing in here. So you would push. See how the green goes through? And then that right there. But what I was doing was pushing it with the palm. It clicked. It didn't go through. That's what I was doing. I was doing this. Because, I mean, I've got enough strength to push through. But my thing about starting new stuff, I'm always afraid of, like, wasting, doing too much, whatever, or not doing it correctly. You know? So I'd rather do it safely and whatever. So I know it pops that first time. Now, let me go ahead and reset it. But it pops two, and that doesn't feel right in my palm. It's only one. But I'm doing it. I'm like, oh shit, I put two up there. You know what I mean? And it doesn't feel right. But I'm doing this when I do like that. And now that I know that it's supposed to, she didn't get what I was saying. I was explaining to her exactly this with the tester when we were actually doing it the first time. And and you know, you're supposed to push it until it clicks. And so I'm looking at it. As soon as I did this, I was like, fuck, this is way too familiar. I did. I was like, I already know this. I could see myself doing it about like 3 times. And so I pushed in. And then I was like that. And she's like, yeah. And then I was like, it didn't go green. It still got both. So, you know what I mean? And so when I went to use it again, she's like, huh. You know, because it does a double. And she didn't, there's a foil thing in there. So you got one, and then 2. So there's a foil thing that wraps it to keep from that first one, but you got to pop that, and then the second dose. You got to push. It feels like 2, but it's not. That's why they got a thing. They need a little bit more instruction there. I would include that in there. So there's a foil thing. The first one you have to push far enough to get to, so that it goes to the first green. It's gonna feel weird. It's gonna feel like you're pushing too much. You know what I mean? But keep pushing until it gets to see that? I would show, and then okay. So watch. Here, listen to sound. That's only one. Now look how far I have to do the second one. Nowhere. But the other one, the first one, did hard. And I can show that like, oh, okay, cool. Then that's why this is so you can dose out correctly. You're not popping that first one going, oh, nothing came out. You know what I mean? That's why they have a thing. It's not just so you can go through the habit of, there's a whole, it's to train you to push it that far, because that feels wrong, and now, they don't say that really. But, I mean, you'll figure it out. It'd been better the first time around. Like, she sent me home with this for like a week, and I'm sitting going, I'm doing 2, and she's like, when I do it, she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I just gotta take the first one to pop. And she's like, there's not there is a first one. I'm like, yeah, I'm telling you, I'm doing this stuff. There's a first one. That's what the trainer is for. And then now that I know I can't push it far enough to do 2, there we go. Last one was a good one, man. I made sure the first 3 times I journaled everything that I felt and what I was feeling and what I was thinking. I didn't lose consciousness at all. I didn't go out. It takes a lot to take me out, and it takes a lot to. I mean, when I was on my opiates, we were going through the formulary. We tried fentanyl patches. Pardon me, didn't do shit. I soaked. You're not supposed to get it wet. I was starting to like get kind of bad off, and so I needed something to work. So I did it in the shower. You're not supposed to get it wet, especially, and I take hot showers, and so it was sitting there, and I purposely just sat on the thing. It's like it may release too much, and you could overdose. Like, it ain't doing shit, so let's find out what happens. And I didn't do it to a lot, and then after that, then when that didn't work, when I changed patches, it's the first patch, I took a bath. You don't do that, guy. You don't do that. Didn't do anything. We ended up on oxymorphone, 40 milligrams, which is like, you can look it up, it's stronger than heroin. If I were to shoot it, I don't know about just taking it by mouth, because I have to take 40 milligrams just because you only have like bioavailability about 10%, so you take 4 milligrams. If they were smart, but they probably are, they would create an accompaniment that increases the bioavailability, or process some way so that your liver can get, when you take 4 grams, you take 4 grams. So that can give you 4 grams. I got 40 milligrams, micrograms, whatever the fuck they are. So I can have 4 in my body and piss the other 30 out. I could have sold my piss for fucking, it'd have more in my piss than was in my body all day. And there was nothing to stop me. I went down to the local pharmacy. You know how many times I thought about getting just a fucking diabetes syringe? There's nothing. That's what I wrote Box Full of Death for. I've got a box where I keep my medicine. I can take 4 a day, but I only let 2 in. And for a rainy day, all the rest I save for a real good time, or perhaps just an early grave. Because I just want to feel all right, and I just want to sleep through the night. I'm starting to feel again, so 1 more dose of medicine. And it progressively gets worse from there. Like my song at first. Off of, I don't remember which one it is, but during my opiate expedition, one thing I wish I had, because like when I'm smoking, like when I was smoking pot and tripping acid, I'd hang out with Opie, and mushrooms, I'd tripping with Opie, and I don't know. Opiates are much more intimate type thing, and so it'd be really cool to have someone that was, they're not gonna get. I didn't get. I mean, I'm off. I realized what was happening. I watched all those Gone Too Soons because I knew, I could see it. I had gone from oxymorphone, we switched to another doctor. He could only give me OxyContin 30 twice a day, so to make up, they give me 4 Percocet. I instant release instead of the extended release of the 30s. So throughout the day, and then I had my 8 tramadol, I had my baclofen. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking die, man. That's why I called it The Sound of a Purposeful Gun. I was sitting there listening, like, man, this is one of the best albums I've ever done. Like, yeah, it sounds great, right? You know what you listen to? What? The sound of a gun purposely blowing your fucking head off. Go back, it's a skull. He's holding an injection, and there's smoke coming out of the fucking needle. You were killing yourself. It didn't stop there, though. I mean, I just didn't stop there either. Like, yeah. I mean, yeah, but we're all dying. Yeah, but you're speeding it up. Yeah. I don't like this place. Yeah, but, I mean, there's a lot of... Are you running from something? No, I just like the way it feels. Guy, you can't do that. You're gonna be dead, guy. Alright, well, I gotta quit then. And then when I read Mark Lanigan's book, it said it comes into every junkie's life that they're doing, and they're either like, this is going to kill me. This is going to kill me. And they either quit, or they say, fuck it, I'm gonna ride till the wheels fall off. I said, it's gonna kill me. And that's literally what it... I was thinking about, there's a picture of Jay Muse with Vincent D'Onofrio today, I saw on Facebook. And he was talking about the Mayor Fisk. And I was like, Mayor Fisk, that's great. If I were there, I would walk up to him and be like, you realize how fucking great of an actor you are, right? I mean, all bullshit, oh, this is, you realize that, right? Private Pile, Full Metal Jacket. Whenever I'm trying to write someone menacing, I think Private Pile, because through the eyes look, as he's screaming, they're telling him to stand down, he's going through the fucking thing like all this shit, like he's supposed to do. Then he fucking kills the sergeant and then himself. The decision's been made. This is out of your hands. I've already made up my mind what I'm doing. And that's the look on his face. You're not getting through to me. You already did. And this is what you did to me. Everything I've ever seen him in was pretty fucking intense, you know what I mean? Whether he's playing a Marvel role like Kingpin, The Cell. Almost every time when I see like Vincent D'Onofrio in the movie, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. He's not one of the most celebrated names, but I'm like, as soon as I see him, I'm like, oh, he's in that. Yeah, it's gonna be good, because I haven't seen him in anything bad. And on top of that, he picks good movies. He picks good scripts. You know what I mean? There's just people I connect with, and they pick good things and projects to work on. And so as soon as I see their name attached to it, and there's other people that I know it's going to be like whatever it's going to be, because there's some people that are typecasting through whatever. That's why I say, I mean, you're just being yourself, but now you're a spy. You're being yourself, and now you're a fireman. You're being yourself, but now there's been a huge earthquake. You know what I mean? It's just on and on about you're being you, and you're bringing you. It was Will Smith School of Acting, basically. It delivered. The Jack Black. You know what you're going to get. Now, Jack does have some more range. I will give him that. He does have more range. But typically when he's in that, he's going to be skippy-beepy. You know what I mean? He's going to be that guy. All right. What? You know what I mean? He's going to be that guy. That's why I liked watching 1 Hour Photo and Insomnia. Al Pacino and Robin Williams in Insomnia. That was fucking good. Oh, God, that was fucking good. That was fucking so good. And then 1 Hour Photo. Oh, Robin Williams was a fucking powerhouse, man. Because he could be so fucking funny, and he could be so personal and so relatable and so dark. He was in Louis, the TV show, before Louis became a masturbator. I think that's what most of his jokes were about. I think he even said it was one joke. He's like the non-stop perverted thoughts. I said, you guys are women like you don't know, and they're like, no, you're like Jane Fonda on the boat. We're like John McCain at Hanoi Hilton, stuck in the hut. You get to visit perverted. We're prisoners there. That's just our default mode. We have to climb out of that to start acting civilized enough to fucking... Why can't you get... Because that's not our... I believe it or not, opposites attract. We are not you. You're not us. So we will never understand what it's to be you. You won't understand what it's to be us. It's not a crime. It is a crime that we don't at least even try. That is a crime that we don't even try. And just give up and dismiss. You'll never figure it out. Right. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. You're right. You'll never know what that's like. No. You'll never know what that's like. Not in this life. And if there's a reincarnation, you won't remember what it was like to have, Since we gotta be, using non-adult words to describe the vagina and the penis. That's big, guy. You can't do that. Oh, we all got him, guy, but you can't talk about him. What are you doing? Are you being honest with people? Oh, you can't do that, guy. They can't handle it. You got a baby talking. They get mad. Well, we don't want them to be mad. I don't know exactly why we don't want them to be mad. I couldn't answer that one for you, kid. I'm sorry. We don't want them to be mad? No, we want them to be working out for them, but they don't seem to want that at all. I know, it's like they like their misery. You ever seen that movie? You ever seen the movie Matrix? We tried. It was a paradise. You hated it. Oh, you don't remember it? We tried that. You hated it. It's like you kept trying to wake up from this fucking dream. What are you up to? This is too good. No one gives away food for free. No, it's free. This is good. Is it poisoned? No. Okay, something's gonna happen soon. Right. I'm being set up. This is going way too well. What are you talking about? Things are too smooth, and you're up to something. So I owe you what? How much do I owe you? I don't even know what you're talking about. Money. How much do I owe you? What are you talking? I don't know what you're saying. You don't know money. Okay, this is definitely a dream. Okay, I'm ready to wake up. Oh, that's real. This is real. You're good. This is real. I'm in a coma. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Because God's not real. And so heaven's not real. And this is clearly like heaven, and I'm not there, so. God, this is miserable. Yes, of course I'm thirsty right now. See? How do they know? There's somebody watching. I don't like this. This is... I just wish I'd fucking wake up from the coma. Maybe if I do that for like 3 hours. Wake up from this coma. Wake up from this coma. Om. Om. I feel better. Yeah, things make sense now. I think I really opened up my third eye. I don't know anything about it. No, I hear it's shaped like an eye. I've never gone in there. That's gross. But doctors tell me. And that's good enough for me, guy. You ain't selling me a no fucking book about no Jesus. No, not till you show me something first. You got a drawing of that eye. Oh, let me see it, guy. Oh, look, it looked just like an eye, guy. Whoa, I ain't seen it in operation or nothing, but whoa, that's what we look like inside, guy. That ain't CGI, guy. I know. These guys, we can trust these guys. Not like them priests, guy. Them priests are liars. Well, they won't bend from what they believe. We bend what we believe to be what we want to believe so that way we find the things we're looking for. 2 plus 2 is 4. So is 5 minus 1. So is 6 minus 2. So is 3 plus 1. So is negative 7 plus fucking 11. There's lots of ways to get there. You found one. Yay. Now do it. That's called synthesizing. So it doesn't work the way you think, does it? Otherwise it would just naturally happen. Oh, you mean like gold, like all the trees and stuff? So you're trying to replicate something to say you've mastered it, but you can't even do it. No, make a seed. No, make a seed. Not a CRISPR gene editor thing. From nothing. There, see, that's a fucking hitch, isn't it? From nothing. Well, just give me a universe to work in like you had. What the fuck are you talking about? Well, just give me the chef's hat and the fucking 12 years you went to goddamn culinary school, and I can make every fucking Pinterest thing you ever made. Guys, he's not Chef Boyardee at all. These ain't even real fucking noodles. These are real noodles. Watch, look, you put the flour. Yeah, this comes in a can, guy. But it's full of poison! This is an analogy, because the can actually is full of poison. Chef Boyardee. I'm talking about God being Chef Boyardee. In this can, it doesn't have poison, but that's what they tell you. They tell you can't trust. You can't trust churches, that's true. That shit's true. This is supposed to be my ketamine journey, but that's kind of what my ketamine journey's been kind of doing. I've been having all this shit inside, and I haven't said shit. Because mostly, like I said, you don't talk about news and politics in polite company. Why? Because everybody has their own opinion. For now. That won't always be the case, but that's fine. You guys have your opinions, while the universe is doing its thing without your approval. Why are we here? I think. Do you? Oh, that's great. You solved it. There we go. Yeah, we solved it. Solved it. No. Jane solved it already! That's what science does. Dude, we already know what a black hole is. Oh, you went out there and took the measurements? So what I say about it being an inverse star sucking up, imagine a super black hole, a giant, but it's not pulling in the universe. It's outside of every universe to pull in all the light from all those stars. Now that light goes inside of this star and starts bouncing and refracting and becoming more and more. It doesn't end. So this one beam that comes in just keeps bouncing in all these different fucking directions, and other stuff that comes in. Then a big jumps, entire star's light, its entire life form of light, that we capture in solar cells, this thing is capturing and it's pulling it into this, right? It's sucking all that light, nothing else. But from fucking 1.2 billion light years away, it's devouring a universe! No, that's just all the light that ever was in that universe, drifting off, but this thing is big enough to pull it into. It's harmless. No entropy. Eventually, all that light would get inside and bounce so hard, it would get full of light. Can you imagine being full? Packed full of light. So the sun may not be all that perfect little sphere. Those might be just light ribbons popping off. It may be super hot. It's been going at the speed of fucking light inside of there for so long that it's just got so full it's pushing out into our universe. Because their universe is done with that light, and so we could use it. No violence. The universe is fine. It can be violent. Earthquakes, tornadoes. It can be. But the planet's still here after all the supervolcanoes. The moon. Uranus is still here. Pluto. They played fetch with that motherfucker and said, go! No, don't come back. No, Pluto. Maybe. No, wait. No. We don't want you. You're not one of us. Yeah, I am. No. Man has decided. Sorry. No. When? Last Tuesday. I've been here for fucking 5 years. We just ratified it. You stay your stupid ass out there, Pluto. You are not a planet. You have no gravitational pull on this at all, thereby balancing the equation in any way. I've decided. I strip you of a planet. You are not a planet. Those kids have to suffer. I know we told them, and we just told them it's not now. Deal with it. Well, you told your kids, and your kids told their kids. That's your problem. It ain't a planet. So saith the Neil deGrasse Tyson Foundation of We Build Everything, There Is No God. Guy, we got the smartest people, Mensa's over here. Huh? We're figuring out how it rains. There ain't no God. We figuring this out. It's a trick he pulling. The universe is pulling a trick on us. To give us everything we need for free, so we owe that bitch. And then she come back with a tornado, or an earthquake, or something like that, because she's mad we missed a payment, and she's trying to repossess our life. But I found a way to trick her, boy. I found a way. Yeah, that's kind of what evolving was supposed to be about, is finding a way to avoid entropy by just not breaking God's rule, and therefore no sin, no death. Jesus was the first example. No sin, no death. See, I got back up. Lazarus, get back up here. Okay, so we proven. We've proven you don't have to worry about this skin suit. Right? Right, get a gun, protect your skin suit. Yes, sir. Okay, I died. Right, we can't let that happen to us. All the things I've done, fucking miracle, God. No, ho. I am his son to show an example. If you live a good life, you can do this and all kinds of more other stuff. I haven't shown you half this shit I could do because that'd blow your fucking brain. I walked on fucking water. I did all. This is a dream, guy. You haven't realized this is when you do. This is gonna be so. What's with the nails, guys? Oh, they don't know what they're doing. Shit. Been trying to tell you what's going on. Trying to make it easier on you. That's all I came to do, man. Trying to make it better, make it easier on you. Lord, I was blistered, just a strung out angel. Revelry, starlings on my shoulder, on the shoulder of a highway. Judgment time is near. Whoa, judgment time is near. Watch those stars above, they're falling. And when the sky is falling, it falls like heaven's rain. She said, it's a time of judgment. I'm a rolling holy down a dirty river. The Antichrist is in the presidential office. He's moving his military troops around. $1 million says that he tries to spin the No Kings protest into look how everyone's celebrating across the country. Because they're going to be peaceful. Right? We don't want the kings. You know what I mean? Right. They want me to be president forever. See? President. We have president here. Is not 2070 chess. It's a snake. And whatever you do, writher. You know what I mean? Wriggles. Try to grab it. It's a fucking snake. And it'll bite whoever. If you try and heal it because it's got a fucking knife wound, when it's done with that, one of the first things it's going to do, if it's poisonous, is bite you when it gets healthy enough. That's Donald Trump. That's his do your own research clause. I guarantee that poem is in every fucking one of his contracts. I guess he likes that poem. Did you read the poem? No. I'm the fucking snake. And you sign a contract saying that you understand that. Take me to court. I'm a billionaire. Everything he does, he says the Trump effect. That's what the Trump effect is lie. If you had 50 deals, say you had 100. If you had 2 deals, say you had 50. Whoa, this month? Yeah. And then people start lining up. And then that's how Madoff with your money. It's a Ponzi scheme. You get a few people to start profiting. They start getting people underneath them. Everybody's paying you. He doesn't do any buildings. He just licenses his name because his name is synonymous with money. Trump Tower, the gold. Who has a tower? I don't have a tower. You have a tower? I don't have a tower. Even if his tower is 10 feet smaller than he claims it is. 10 stories, sorry. 10 feet would be 10 stories smaller. You don't have a tower. Oh, you're right. It is only 50, not 60. Do you have a tower? You see how that works? That's not fucking 60. That's 50. Huh. You have a tower? I do. I'm going to go inside. Security, make sure he doesn't come inside. Sorry. Trump Tower. You don't have a tower. Go back. You can go back to your house though. I'm gonna go to my penthouse. You know where you only see the first floor. You ever seen the bedroom? Nah, guy, he's too private of a person to show where the magic happens. Upstairs bathroom, he wouldn't. The gold toilet. It's the front. You ever watched not the interview? I think it was. If that tells you anything, I'm pretty sure they were like the interview with Seth Rogen and James Franco. I didn't like it for reasons the same reason I didn't like. It was funny, but they could have done it without an actual person. You know, without directly. They could have been two guys trying to get in and talk to this dictator who was actually running the front of whatever. And leave it all the same. It didn't have to name anybody. And then it would have been released. But America, before Donald Trump, took Kim Jong-un seriously enough, or was it whichever one was in the power at that point in time, that when that movie was coming out, they were threatening nuclear retaliation if that movie got out, because that's really what happened. But they really thought he had enough nuclear that it was enough to go, we need to pull that, because if we don't, we have freedom of speech, freedom of press, freedom of public. Why did they pull that? Because the large amount of Asian protests here in America, you know, like how the no anti-Asian hate protests that they're having, you know, like they're having with the No Kings. Was it public pressure? Public pressure was to release the fucking film. We don't bow down. They threaten us, so what? We shoot the BB gun. They pulled it. They can say whatever they want to say, like, oh no, that was a choice on those guys. I guarantee they were visited by some people, just like Elon, like after some consideration. I regret some of my things I said about Trump. Oh, he's talking about accusing him of being a pedophile. That's what it is. That explains it. He was just mad at him. There wasn't no truth to that. It wasn't like the people that are being protected by the fucking Epstein files not coming public paid him a visit. Because, again, like I said, Elon thought his money was what it's about. No, once you got your hands on those Epstein files, you run the government because there are way more of them out there than they would like to admit. You ever notice any of these Republicans like shifting sides? They're probably like, oh, ho, 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 I came here to protect the Constitution. You guys are on some other shit. I'm switching sides. Democrats are like, you know, I think they might have a point. I'm switching Republican. Karen? You? Yeah, I think they might have a point there. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch to their side. Why? Because Donald Trump's right. I mean, if we raise tariffs, if we raise that, it's obviously working. If we raise tariffs, that's going to bring in money. So we gotta do that. It's obvious. We gotta. You're the one that's saying that's not how tariffs are paid. You're the. Yeah, I know it's going to look really bad that I drop out, but I'm really hoping they win, because it's going to be bad for me. At least if they win, I continue to be safe from you. Both sides? Both sides, guy. The devil's in every pulpit, guy. You ain't read that. You ever read the Bible, guy? You ever read the Bible? Oh, it's an interesting read. #1 bestseller, first time travel story ever. Jesus, yeah. His name was Yeshua back then, but you wouldn't know that because J sound, there wasn't no J sound back then. in Aramaic, which is what he would have spoke. There wasn't no J sound guy. No, he wasn't a white dude either. It was over in the Middle East when all this shit happened. Bethlehem with the white guy, that'd be weird. You don't think that'd be weird, guy? That'd be weird. With a British accent, that don't sound right at all. I don't think so. I'm a racist, and I don't think that's true. Somebody lying, guy. Your math ain't mathing right. If you ain't mathing right, if I find out you mathing me wrong, you give me some 1 + 1 = 3 shits, and I gotta find out you added an extra 1 in there somewhere, you motherfucker. Oh, you son of a bitch. If anyone gets mad about that, just remember, it's a me, a Mario. And every other impersonation that's okay to do.
Hi, it's really warm down here.
Any of that shit, it's a voice. And if you laugh at that kind of shit, then all of them are fair game. Sorry. That's what I learned from Truly Tasteless Joke Books, is because you can take the joke. The joke, I won't even go into it. It's like, what do you call 10,000 blank? Whatever you're not liking. And this one they chose a racial word at the bottom of a pool. A good start. You don't like lawyers. What do you call 10,000 lawyers at the bottom of a pool? If you're around a bunch of people like, what? Good start. Oh, hell yeah! What do you call a bunch of 10,000 Nazis at the bottom of a pool? What do you call 10,000 Whoa, hey. Nazis? Fine. Greedy fat oligarchs? Fine. I'm neither one of those. And I don't like those. What you saying, guy? No, you're trying to put your words. Wait, no, you guy, you drew a distinction that is not the same. What do you call 10,000 mafia snitches at the bottom of a river? A damn good start. Oh, now we laughing again. All right, I see now. I see how it goes. You gotta tailor your... If you want the funny ha-has, you gotta make sure you say it at the right time and to the right people. Oh, if I were to say this at a Klan rally, I got you. So I just sell out Klan rallies, and I make my money. Oh, guy, it's a joke. Can't you take a joke? I'm a comedian and not a good one. These are jokes that are still good, guy. These guys ain't heard these jokes. I can make a career here. Talk about Puerto Rico. Never mind that we own it. Therefore, talking about it be like saying, you know what I call my backyard? The place I jack off on. Yeah, it's just a piss shot. I just pissed out there. In your backyard? Wouldn't that make you the fucking weirdo? No, because if the backyard wasn't there, I wouldn't have to do it to him. But you're the one that walked around staking the clump. All right, moving on. Weren't you the one arguing like with the people? Like, yeah, you had the surveyors come out. Right. That was you, and you fought for the backyard. But now you don't want to pay for upkeep of the backyard. I want it under my control, guy. There's dogs back there. Wild dogs. You ever thought about, they were there first, so as far as wild, they're free. That's different. It's the same thing. They're not civilized to your civility, which is rather a fucked up scale, because whatever it is, you've already put a bunch of weight on their side already, so you're already here. So no matter how much weight I put on you to offset, it barely picks them off the ground. It's like, see, I belong up here. Let me get some of that racism off there, some of that slavery out. What are you doing up there? You beneath me. Systematic guilt, oppression. Oh, now I can't hire my best friend because that's racist against me. I ain't been racist against nobody. I just want to hire my buddies. Oh, but when they do it, it's a hookup. Oh, it's one of them joke things, right? Where it's, if I say that word, then it's okay. But if they do, it's a hookup. Okay, you change the name of it, and then it's okay. That ain't gonna work out too good, I don't think. Because that math ain't matting either. Guys, it's hurting my brain. How do we make it even where I come out on top? Okay, well, how do we make it even where they come out on top? Or at least think they're on top. But I'm on top. Democracy. I love it. You're brilliant, Roy. You're brilliant. So they think they're actually doing something, and I still keep getting the money. Roy, you're a genius. And we'll convince them we're more important, so we get the health care that we won't even give them, even though we say, we're making America better and healthy. It's all about you. To be what you want to be. And getting those motherfuckers back for what they did to you. We'll get there. I'm in office. It takes a while to get. There's a lot of controls here, guy. Let me get situated a bit here. Have a cigar or something. Then we have victory rise. And you gotta victorize it, you know? What's it, toast? Who's got the champagne? We got a new world order coming here. The best thing is you don't even know. You're so busy fighting small scale shit, you're not looking at the macro. See? It's just hash. See? Just hash. That's all. That's legal. Nothing? What? What are you talking about? Guy, I think you need that mental help. I think Affordable Care Act, the one that Trump enacted since Obama has left office, is what I mean. I think that's covered by that guy. Do you watch the news to find out what they're being told? If you don't know what they're being told, you can't talk to them. Because you don't know what they fucking think, or how they think, or the fact that there is no hope for them. They are, as Hillary Clinton said, kindly deplorable. I'm not deplorable, you're deplorable. What's that mean, man? I don't know, but I know it's not good. Let's get a t-shirt, say, yeah, I'm proud to be deplorable. Yeah, that's what we know exactly what that word means, and we are deplorable. You're damn right we are. Born and bred right here in America. Right, not far from the Gulf of America. See how that makes a big, important difference? Them southern states, them around that You know, it should be the goddamn Gulf of America. Goddamn it, that is important on my list. I knew that goddamn Trump is he is making it great, isn't he? And everybody's got, instead of calling him Gulf of Mexico, you see, he threw out the news because they're fake. He done changed that by law. I like him, he gets shit done. Oh, unconstitutional times call for unconstitutional. We're at war. Soldier, we're at war. Ain't we, Roy? Remember that time we taught him, we made him think that they was at war? Remember that in them caravans? Remember that? Hey, Roy, you remember that? Oh, those are the good times, Roy. That was right around harvest time, wasn't it? Yeah, that was. You remember that, Roy? You remember harvest time? That was what, our 7th time through that shit? Oh, that was crazy. Nobody would ever believe us, nothing. Oh, guy. It was horrible. Really funny. Oh, shit, that shit was funny, guy. The way that fire rose up there. That's what ketamine's done. All this shit I've been thinking all these years, I said all the time. The only thing equal to my ability to love is my ability to destroy. I can use that same ideology that I normally put towards loving people, which is like hardcore, man. I'm serious. No one's seen me do what I can do because no one puts anything in. So what you see is just me just giving off what I give. No matter what people give me back. Me giving it out. But once it's clear that, you're just a black star sucking things in. My ability to fucking turn that off and think of things to do to make you sad is just as strong. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. I have to be pushed pretty far for that, too. Once I do, I'm creative. I think of shit on the fly, man. That's the problem. I think of shit on the fly. It's not I think shit on the fly that seems premeditated. Because I do. I think. So I don't just act. As soon as I think it, what would happen from that? Okay. If I did this, there we go. It'll be that fast. Okay. You ain't gonna do nothing. You're right. I'm not gonna. I don't want this traced back to me. I'm not gonna do anything. Seriously. I'm not. Sean will do nothing to you. You're right. I won't do anything to you. When you come asking me to make it stop, remember that you started it. And once it's out of my hands, I didn't do it, so how can I stop it? Remember, I can't do nothing. It takes a little while to catch up sometimes. That's the thing. I've got time. I was blessed with forever. Even if I'm the devil, I'm supposed to burn forever, right? So I was blessed with, I've got time. As my song said, yeah, I got time. More than enough to burn. Even if, I don't think that's the case at all. Not with money floating around like it is, and me hating it like I do. How can that be? A house divided against itself cannot stand. I hate money. Donald Trump loves money. It's almost like an epiphany breakthrough. Almost. I love God. He'd rather not talk about it. My favorite passage? I really like Job. So much so that I think that's one of the best names in the Bible. Because no matter what happened to him, for no reason at all, without any hope or anything, he had faith that was God doing it and that he had the right to do it. Even if it's a parable, so that when we go to our job, which might be exactly why they called it a job. Remember, Job, this is nothing. Job had boils. This is just a job. It only lasts your entire life. Once you're hitting your peak prime years, like 18 or so, we just take all that away from you, and then your golden years, you can have those. When you're pooping yourself and and your kids don't want to come by, and we get the good years. America, not you. Oh yeah. As long as you do your work, that's fine. You can have a social life and all that shit. But restructuring the government, we don't want to hear about. We don't want to hear about new ways of doing. We don't want to hear alternative things. This is the best it is, and it's going to stay that way. We got this little problem here in D.C., and we just got to fix that out. So if you just follow the program and then vote your conscience when it's your time, and then the system keeps working. That's how it works. That's how it's always worked since 200 years ago. This is tradition, guy. What are you doing? Why are you trying to ruin this? What are you doing? Wait, what? Stealing land? No, manifest destiny. Okay, there's a difference. We didn't know there was gold in California when we signed the treaty. We really were gonna fucking honor that. We weren't gonna go past the Mississippi. But then, gold. And that's what we came for, and so that was our destiny. Otherwise, it doesn't explain why we got here, why we came here. We're just some mean people that showed up and just took the land. Right? But if we take the whole thing, then it was destined to happen, especially if we do really good things with the gold. When we get the gold, we'll do really good things, and we'll help all the people out there, and we'll be like the bodyguard of that will be the bodyguard. So we need a big army so we can make sure that everybody's safe, right? And then everybody's fine, and then everybody loves us, and then we'll manufacture everything, and then we'll slowly but surely forget everything that, because it never was about that. It's about the fucking gold. That was safely tucked in the ground where nature put it. Doing what? I don't know. Melting and sealing off volcanic activity. It's very lightning, and conductive and stuff. Is it in the ground? No, God didn't know what he didn't know how valuable this was. These are fucking whole things under the ground, man. You don't understand. It's in short supply up here, so I can charge a lot of money for it. Oh, why do I gotta keep explaining this money to you? I don't want to work. I want you to work. Ketamine. I might even put this on the ketamine blog. I should probably just go ahead and put this under politics, because it was supposed to be. I should probably stop this and just go ahead and change to another one and actually do what happened with the ketamine. Fuck it. it. I'm finished up here because that's what it's been doing. With the disassociation, your head space gets very, very split, and your motor functions kind of go to the other part of you, not to your personality. So the part of you that sleeps and whatever, that's where your motor functions go to. So like I said, you got to talk. Basically, kind of like you feel like you're doing this to your own muscles. When it's normally like right here. Yeah, it's really weird. I mean, even just I was doing that more fluid this show. I mean, because if I did it, you got to learn like a puppet how your fucking body works. And then like I said, I've been there before, so it's kind of like after a while, I got on my second time I was doing like yoga in there. I was stretching and stuff and popping my neck and touching my toes and doing all kinds of shit with my earbuds in and yeah, journaling. So the first 3 times I journaled, and I think this next 5 times I'm just like the last time I went in there, I said I'm just gonna think about. I have a list of things I want to think about, and I just kind of listen to that while I listen to my sleep, my dream music. And then I've got a remix of that, so I'm going to use that next time. I'll stream those and listen to like the remix. It'll sound like slightly different. And each time I go in, I'm going to slightly change them a little bit. And then hopefully with that, I'm also going to try and work on what do with that while I'm listening to that, especially in that headspace. You are awake. Don't freak out. Just disassociated. Try lucid dreaming. You know? Who knows what kind of complicated, because like that's kind of where you're at in that headspace. Oh shit, that is kind of where you're at. So I could probably program myself, and then in these next 5 to lucid dream, just as I'm doing that, especially if I stay awake. Keep my eyes closed. But like when you hear this sound, and then I put it on the radio when I sleep. Oh fuck, that'd be cool to trigger, and then I could just do whatever the fuck I wanted to, and then I probably work out a lot of my frustrations that way, dude. Holy shit. 1 and 1 is 2, not 3, Donald. Admit it. Never. God damn it! I've never slept so fucking peacefully in my life. One of them to call bittersweet and sweet bitter. Okay. I got you. I said, yeah. I said, I don't know exactly where Babylon is, but I'll figure it out. And then I figured out where the Hanging Gardens of Babylon are. So, okay, cool. That's not now. That's, okay. Right. Meet you there. Yes. If you believe in me, you'll have eternal life. Jesus said that. Yeshua said that. He never said you're going to be driving, did he? The pancreas is still along for the ride, for the fun. You know what I mean? The fingers. The eyes are not the ears. The nose is not the mouth. They all have fun, don't they? They're all part of it. Okay, let's go. This good was okay.
Meow.
Oh. Yeah, my back. This is what I said I was going to do anyways. I like it because I can't see the comments. I mean, if anyone's commenting, I'm not voiding out on your comments. This is what I really wanted to do in the beginning, was just to do it for myself, and I don't care who's watching or whatever. I'm actually thinking about wrapping this up with a little summation. Yeah, or 15 minutes, that'd be good. If anyone's even watching, I have no idea. I don't have the comments up. I don't have the watch up. I don't have none of that up. I started Cheap Gear Guy to help people with gear. I wanted to do Cheap Gear Guy discount musical instruments to get all those things I reviewed out to people. And since I found out about manufacturer's suggested retail price and why people have the sales, I was going to be the home of the It's Today sale, where you always get 10% off. Just type in coupon code It's Today. There's only so many ways you can do it. And if it spreads, I'd hate for anyone to share that. This month's It's Today, I would hate. That would be terrible, because then everybody get an extra 10% off. And so, by law, I have to have a sale changing every month. There's only so many ways you can spell It's Today. And if it were to get out there by somebody, I don't know who would do that. You don't do that, guy. That ruins your business. You get less money that way. But you get more fucking... I see what you're doing, Roy. $5, 5 million times, or $50, 100 times. You got smarts, Roy. That's what you got. It's all automated drop shipping, so you don't have to touch nothing. Oh, guy, that's clever. Custom guitars. For that cheap, they gotta be garbage, right? No, this is what I was selling. And I use them myself on all my... I don't use anything else, really. I have an Ibanez bass that's been re-put back together. I have a Copley acoustic I got for $80 from back in the day. And I've wanted this Rogue HH. It's very cheap. Ever since I saw it, I wanted it. It's basically it's a knockoff of a Les Paul. Yeah, let me go ahead and get it. I can explain it better that way. So, Epiphone has a Les Paul that I actually dig a lot, right? So, it's a flat top instead of being like the more expensive one has the arch top, and it looks really cool, but I don't know that it actually does anything, but the look is fucking beautiful. I love it. My company that I was working with, they could do a veneer. So even if it was just a flat top, you could do a veneer that would look like, and it would look. I don't know if it's like a very thin, or if it's even just like a sticker that goes on. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Either the look is there. That was my, you know what I mean? Do you really know for sure that the arch top actually changes are you sure? Or is that just something they told you? And something we've all, I don't know. All I know is it looks fucking sweet, dude. I want to get one, Burl maple, spalted maple. I had a spalted maple, Paul Reed Smith. I gave it to my brother for his birthday. Because he was at my studio on his birthday. And he walked in my, not this studio, but he walked in and I said, pick one. So I had so many. I had a ton. I was like, what? I'm like, pick one. And he saw one that looked like the Harmony that he used to have, and then my Paul Reed Smith I had gotten for $150. I got it intonated and set up professionally, refretted, recrowned. I mean, this thing played like fucking butter, guy. This is like my chair. I wanted to change the fucking bridge pickup because there wasn't enough fucking bite in there. But the stock pickup in the neck was so fucking rich, and this one was very thin. So if I could just even get like an old Epiphone, you know what I mean? So it has some more bite to it. That'd been fine. And that was my plan, but I never got to that. Because he was in there and he's like, he was looking at one of the cheapest ones, like that looked like it's Harmony. He's like, man, this one's calling to me. I'm like, is it really, or is that the one that you think that I want, And then he's like, I said, pick the one you want. And he walked to the Paul Reed Smith and I want this one, man. I'm like, Take it home. Because he's a good guitarist, he's a good singer, and that would just be advertisement for Equinox, you know? And I think he was just starting to do like open mics and stuff. He did do a review of it in a and then COVID, you know, I don't think he could do the shit. Everything's going virtual now, so maybe he'll get back into that, you know? Maybe he'll do some broadcasting or something. And get back into the Kenny B. Rip stuff that he used to do. But yeah. Yeah. Sometimes hiding behind a personality, you know, like characters that you do. Yeah, but anyway, so about this, why is this different? This one's got a mahogany body, mahogany neck. Now the thickness, and at first I didn't like it, but now I do. The thickness is like a Strat. Anyone familiar with how wide yeah, so this has got like a Strat style neck, so it's fast. This pickup is a 5-way toggle. So up here like that, that's this pickup. Right here, I think it's these two. No, that's these two right there. In the middle is these two, both of them at the same time. This one, out of phases, this one, I think. And that one is just this pickup. It reverses the polarity of the two. So it's got like a lot of tones you can get from it. It would be pretty cool if it had almost like two jacks. You could do like a stereo jack and plug it in there. That'd be pretty cool. That way, just this pickup, whether it's active or, and you could blend on the direct. That would be a good idea, guy. It's like the DI box right here. You know what I mean? It's built in because there's not much to a DI box. Build it right into here so it can split fucking. You know what I mean? One just gets regular to go to your amp, and the other one is like a stereo chain that goes at the other end. So you can either one into a stereo, you know, at the other end, this pickup, and this one just goes out to your amp or your pedal rig. You know what I mean? Oh, guy, wireless system there, and then another wire that goes. Oh, you can make this one go to one amplifier, this one go to another. The tone changes. Oh, guy, tone toolbox right here. I think I changed the pickup configuration so that you'd have like a. Yeah, I like that. It almost gives like a Strat style sound with those two. It cancels the hum still. And the phase inversion, I'd like to find some other way of doing like, you know, maybe like one single back here or one single just up here. That'd be cool. Like in this position, it's just one single. But I do like that it does both those. That's more like the Strat position. So that maybe back here it just puts like this one, because I don't know. The single coil does have a really good sound. And then the humbucker just. Yeah, so anyways. This is like, I wanted this for like a long time. Since like 2006. I was incessantly talking about it, and then they stopped making them because these were 150, and I guarantee you they were outselling because they had that ash body one that you had like that's the one that's the one I wanted because it just had wood tone. They were just wood, and you could see the ash. And ash has really nice stripes. I've always wanted just a wood tone with some really good grain to it. So that might be like if I do a project, I'll have to talk to Mike about like whether or not, you know, if he can help me with that shit. That's what I like about this. It's not, I didn't want to do like a burst of you can see the wood grains, you know? That's what I love about Lily here. See that? Oh, it's green, all right. You can see those grains in there. This is an ash body. So if you can imagine that on this shape with just clear lacquer. Oh, it was beautiful. Oh, yeah. I love this. I designed this. This is like my custom design. Equinox. But as you can tell, probably, they stopped selling them. To my benefit, actually, a bit. Look familiar? was like, if I could find the company that was using Guy and say, hey, do you do them one at a time? I found a company. And I'm actually comparing them right now. If I were to get this intonated, it'd probably be equal quality at least, except I can change instead of just having forested dots. The colors, you can choose a color. You can choose it's got that maple look. You can change with pickups. You want a single coil humbucker? Done. Humbucker, just humbucker. Yeah. Anybody, who took that? Anybody go back with that one right there? Humbucker. Anybody remember SNL, like the early? Oh, Guy, you won't remember the early? Too hot in the hot tub. How? Gonna make me sweat. Eddie. You gotta come back. Eddie! You got to come back to us, Eddie! I love Harlem Nights, Eddie! Why you do this to us, Eddie? You give us funny Dolomite and then you give us no... Eddie, I sue you for lack of humor. Half! You dropped your ice cream. I was fucking like 6 when I was listening to that shit. I know that you know that you know that I know. And I know that you know that you want to fuck me in the ass. So here's what I want you to do, Norton. I'm Mr. T, fool. Shit, dude, I had that shit memorized. I went, oh my god. Holy fuck. At a young age, dude. See, it's out of tune. I gotta get this shit intonated. The weather's been changing. Yeah, likely story. You just suck. If you can't play, just say you can't play. You ain't gotta make excuses. Never ends with you. Liar, deceiver. Oh, you're unscrupulous, Roy. I find out you've been dropping puppies off a cliff, you motherfucker. You don't do that. Did you do that? You don't do that. What are you doing? Are you talking all that shit? What are you doing? You know I'm gonna go away if you do one more of those. All right. Here I go. Bye-bye now. So, if you are in summations, in conclusions, and words that describe things that end, to find, you must seek. To seek, you must destroy. Metallica fans know this. And there is no entropy. Life is but a dream. And it's getting close to time to wake up. So, you guys have a great day. Again, I don't recommend this for anybody. You know, I'm not like, oh man, go do ketamine. I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I had a lot of fucked up problems with me of just dealing with this world. And this has helped me focus and see things clearly. If that sounds like something you kind of need, then talk to your doctor about it. Brought to you by ketamine. Extreme tiredness. The next, after you do your first one, and it's like, wow. And then 2 days, you're just processing all the shit that happened. For me, I was processing all the shit that happened. I was speaking to me. I don't see what you it's going to do. And then, because every brain is different. Some people don't even get any effect out of it. I found that out. And then, some people throw up. As soon as I sat down, I saw the fucking bag, and I was like, "What the?" I didn't know what it was, and I pulled it up, and I was like, "Oh, vomit bag. It must get sick." And she starts going through it. I'm like, "Yeah, the bag in there." You know, I already knew because each where I sat in the Northern Lights room, and it had a bag there. I picked it up. I'm like, "Oh, vomit bag." Okay, gotcha. And I'm looking at the lights. Oh, okay, this is gonna be like kind of like mushrooms, kinda. I don't know, but yeah, I can tell by the lights and stuff on the thing. She knew this guy. This is like she might do this. You ever do that? Oh, Doc, you can't do that. I do that, Doc. You don't do that. That'd be bad if you did this. Oh, Doc, you don't do this. I do that. You don't do this. Are you fucked up right now? Are you on the drugs right now? You gotta tell me, Kate. All names have been changed to protect the innocent. You've read my book, right? Robber and the Thief. So, it's on here. It's 10 hours long. I just read through it, and it's not exactly word for word what's on the in the book. On the fly, I summed some stuff up. I could see. I've read it a bunch of times, so I was just kind of. This would sound better if I go through that. It's gonna be too long. So, and it feels more like personal, like that. Like the character, is actually doing it. I think it's pretty cool because I think at the end you kind of hear me like switch, author's notes, and it's like, hey, this is Sean. And it's like. Because I was in that kind of a mode like this guy, we've been all serious and stuff. I wasn't doing that voice, but I do some voices in there. Mostly in parts 3. In the preview, A Trip to Unia, you can watch kind of what it's like. I just did a bunch of little stuff. I've always said that for me, like getting to Argus, is the long part of the beginning. After that, that's when things start actually happening. But I gotta set up why these two guys are such fucking assholes and nobody's checked them. Why? Why are they that way? It doesn't make any sense unless you do. And it's like a backstory. The way it's written, you can actually listen to parts 1 and 5 and get the whole story, and then decide if you want to read 2, 3, and 4, because that just kind of bridges what happens between that. The whole story is actually a short story of 1 and 5, and then it's got 2, 3, and 4 below it. So if you wanted to find out what the whole thing is about, it's about 3 hours. But if you wanted to listen to the whole thing, it's like a map. It unfolds. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a total of 10 hours. The last one is 1 hour. The first one is 2. So yeah, it's 3 hours. So. If anyone's gonna cliff note my book, it's gonna be me. I don't care. I don't really like to read. So I wrote a short story and a novel simultaneously. Oh, yes, I did, Roy. You trying to say I didn't do that, motherfucker? You trying to say it wasn't on purpose? Why you think there ain't no chapters in there? I put chapter markers in the storylines because everyone kept saying they want to see chapters and stuff so they can pick back up. I'm like, I can do that easy here by summing up what the things are. So there are chapter markers there. Whether or not they actually used it, they weren't there for a while. And then they were there, and then they weren't there. But if you go in the actual description, it has like the time, and you can just click that, and then it'll start there. I usually found a good break, And maybe go back to the wrong one. Yeah, if I remember that, go to the next one. There it is. Pull it back up, and it follows along the map that I drew of Unia. I think it's pretty cool. But it ain't got shit on the keeper stereo. It really doesn't. So, yeah. I am going to go work on some mixes. If I could see the chats, I could say if anybody wants to watch that, I'll do it. I'll do it live. But Yeah, I've already got one up. That one I played at the beginning because that's what I'm gonna work on. I figured I'd do my ketamine journal real quick, and then yeah, 1 hour and 35 minutes is real quick for me. I like delving deep into shit, man. I don't like little superficial conversations. I like having long conversations. If I could hear someone back, I would shut up. I seem like I never shut up. I don't need prompting. I have lots to say. But I love to listen to people and hear their stories, like documentaries. I love watching that shit. I like anything I can learn from. I like it. I watch YouTube for everything I know. It's more like theoretical, because I've seen so many different people do so many different things. I'm like, okay, that can't be there's no right way to do a compressor. There's no wrong way to do a compressor. There's no right way to do a reverb or wrong way. It's just there are styles that our ears are used to hearing. And then there's going to be new techniques, which mean you're breaking the rules. Just like the blues. I just get into some other shit. I should probably just save that for like a guitar thing. I'll probably do, I mean, if my man Michael get down with it, I'll do Let's Rock. I might do one episode without it, just to show like the differences between the guitars and the difference between me and Jeff. He just wants to rock, man. You ready to rock? Because I don't think you're ready to rock. Not unless you watch my previous videos, man. You ain't ready. You gotta learn to walk before you learn to rock. He's got long hair, not unlike me, so wears glasses all the time, even inside. It's ridiculous. Jesus. Hey, Roy, you ever been ridiculous? Have you ever been ridiculous, Roy? Oh, Roy, I remember that one time we was ridiculous. Remember that? He was like, what, 27? Oh, guy. That was serendipitous, I tell you. Oh, I'm getting all emotional. I gotta go. I'll call you back later.